Hi, everybody. My name is Justin Gross. I'm with Hop to the Top. Hop to the Top is a Google certified internet advertising company. We focus on search engine marketing, Google AdWords, mobile marketing, and other forms of internet advertising. I've been in the digital marketing world for over 11 years. This is all I've done, all I do day in and day out. So I've seen a lot of things happen, especially the last couple of years and even the last 12 months with Google and some of the other service providers that you really need to know as a small business owner, whether you're a startup or you're a growing organization. There's some things you really need to keep in mind for 2018. So over the next 5 days, I'm going to do this quick series. It'll be one key tip each day, and I do want you, if you get some value out of this, please do hit the subscribe button below so you can keep getting these videos sent right to you and right to your phone. Anyway, the first thing that I want to talk about, again, these are really 5 things that you can't be complacent with. It may be maybe things are a little bit slow for you right now, particularly because it's December, it's the holiday season, and of course, if you're a retailer, maybe not so much, but otherwise, for a lot of different industries, this is a little bit of a slower time. So this is a really important time to get your ducks in a row and do your planning, do your strategic planning, get everything in order so that when things do turn, and they will turn, for a lot of our clients, that happens in January. A lot of times around the first or second week especially, things can go from 0 to 100 very fast. And so you want to be ready for that. And when you get leads coming in, you want to be able to close those leads and give those potential clients and customers confidence in your company and business. And that's what part of these recommendations are about. So the first out of the 5 tips that I'm going to be giving, the first one relates to reputation. And the thing is, a lot of business owners, you underestimate the importance of this. You think it's a cliche. Oh yeah, I should get people to review me. That would be nice. It's more than that now, guys. It's more than just a nice thing to have. It's an absolute essential thing to have positive reviews, not only on Yelp. A lot of people, I hate to say it, don't like Yelp because they haven't gotten a great reputation for themselves, ironically enough. But Yelp and Google and the major review sites, here's an exercise that you need to do right now. You need to stop, open up your Google browser, and type in 2 things. The first is your business name. And the second thing is your business name plus the word reviews. And you need to see what comes up. The fact is that a lot of people are going to how do I say this? Your most serious clients, your most serious potential clients and customers, if they land on your website from an ad, for example, and I tell this to my clients, a lot of my clients are on pay-per-click advertising programs, and even if we have dedicated landing pages for them, they're still, your potential clients are still going to open up a new browser, a new tab while they have one open. You know how it goes. We all do this. We open up 17 different tabs while we're researching products and services. They're going to have your landing page here. Meanwhile, they're looking at reviews over here. They're researching competitors over there. That's the way it actually works. That's the reality of it. So you have to be ready for that what we call a multi-touch aspect of consumer behavior nowadays. So you have to look at those sites and those 2 test searches and see what comes up. If it doesn't look good, you need to do something about it, and that's the bottom line. And what can you do? Well, it's as simple as going to your customers and clients, your previous customers and clients, if hopefully you have some, if you're not a brand new startup, and saying, hey, if you're happy with the service, do you mind writing a review? And there's a link generator. You can do a Google. If you go to Google, you type in Google review link generator. Because Google reviews are of course a big part of this reputation issue. You want to have good Google reviews amongst the other sites that might come up. So you could send your customers that link. And you may have to be very intentional about this process because, for myself, I've had to, call people, email them, maybe ask them more than once, remind them. It's not like you're asking people to take time out of their day to stop and log into Google and write this review for you, or go to Yelp if they happen to be a Yelper and things like that. So it's a little bit of a real time commitment, an energy commitment for people to do this. So be very intentional about that process of creating the link, making it easier for them, letting them know. For Google, you have to let them know that, hey, you have to be logged into Google or a Gmail account in order to write the Google review. And most people have a Gmail account or a Google account. It can be a Google Analytics account. It could be a Google AdWords account. It could be a Gmail account. They're all basically the same. If you have one Google account, it can attach to all those different services. So then if that person is logged into any of those services, they could click on your review link and then write the review. So again, the thing is that no, not everybody's going to search for reviews, but not everybody who comes to your website is actually serious about working with you. The people who are most serious about working with you, there's a large percentage of those people who will go and check out your reviews. So people, this is one of those 5, and I'm going to talk about the other 4 over the next 5 days. Again, please subscribe so you see what the other 4 are, because these, if you do these 5 things, I guarantee you this year could potentially be the best year in sales that you've ever had. But you have to be willing to do a little bit of legwork, but kind of know where to go and what to do, what tools to use. And you don't want to spin your wheels. And I'm kind of giving you guys the keys to the kingdom here, in the sense that I may save some of you guys thousands of dollars in fees and advertising and things like that. But the thing is, again, we work with a lot of clients who do a lot of advertising, and these are some of the nuggets that I give my clients to say, hey, before we begin your advertising campaign, we go through this checklist. We go through this little mini audit to say, okay, how is your reputation? How's your messaging and things like, again, some of the other things we're going to talk about over the next few days that are really, really, really vital for making things really thrive for you in 2018. So again, if you're going to sit on your laurels and say, oh, well, it's slow, I got, there's nobody's buying, that kind of mindset isn't going to do you guys any good. Now is the time to get ready. Get yourself and your business ready. Get your ducks in a row. Get your foundation ready. If you're a startup, do you have a website? And if you have a website and you've been in business for a little bit, do you have these essential things in place and processes in place where that if you are going to start marketing and networking and spending money on advertising, potentially hundreds or even thousands of dollars in advertising, do you have the essential things in place that are going to support that sales funnel and those leads coming through? When you get a lead, you don't want people to go and get scared off because they just don't trust you, and that would be a problem. You're going to lose potentially great customers and a lot of revenue over silly stuff. And I was kind of inspired to make this video today because I don't know why. It's just a beautiful day and all this awesome information is kind of coming to me. These things that I already I know and I go through with my clients, but I felt like really inspired that it was important to share these tips with you guys, because I do a lot of networking. I've been talking to a lot of small businesses over the last 6 to 12 months, and the mindset, and there's a lot of nervous business owners out there. There's a lot of business owners who are scared to take action. They're scared to advertise, or they're scared to put more money into their website, or they're scared to whatever, fill in the blanks, whatever it may be. So I want to help alleviate some of that, guys, with some of these tips. And again, I'm pouring this out to you because this is, from my heart, what I believe to be like truly essential stuff. And this is coming from a guy who specializes and sells pay-per-click advertising. And again, I understand the whole holistic digital marketing scape, as I've done a lot of these other things over the years. And you can't necessarily look at things from one side that, okay, you're just going to do pay-per-click and we're going to create a page and we're going to send traffic to it, or we're just going to do SEO and we're just going to do a bunch of links, and then we're going to forget about everything else we need to do to have a healthy, not only business, but digital marketing footprint. So again, everything works together. And so that's why, look at this, look tonight, today, this afternoon, go do those 2 test searches for your reviews. If things, let's say a lot of times this will happen. You'll have one website that looks good. Maybe your Google reviews look good. Maybe your Yelp doesn't look good. Or maybe your Yelp looks good, but vice versa, your Google reviews don't look good. So from there, create your strategy. And I'm not going to lie, it depends on the scope of the problem. If you have 10 reviews and 7 of them are bad, well, you have a bigger problem than someone who has 10 reviews and has 8 good reviews and two bad ones. So, or whether or not it's a Google issue or a Yelp issue or another website issue, that's going to impact how much time and energy and resource it's going to take. This could take, could it take 3 or 6 months or longer to fix a real reputation issue? Sure, that's possible. But invest your time now in creating a strategy that will take literally an hour or 2 a month max over the next 90 to 180 days. Fix it so that way you can be successful. Do the work now. Do the groundwork now. As Gary Keller says, one of the founders of Keller Williams, one of the biggest real estate companies in the United States, he says, "What's the one thing that I can do now that makes everything else either unnecessary or not as necessary to do?" And that's what you have to think about, especially during these downtimes, and especially if you have plans to have a thriving business over the next 12, 48 months or 4 years, 5 years. Do the groundwork now so your business can be extremely successful. So anyway, hopefully that's helpful. And again, if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe. And if you have gotten any value out of this, please do share the love and share this video on your Facebook. And thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you guys soon.